Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and I want to give you guys a heads up on an absolutely insane story that has been making the rounds about the first Descendant and the advertising. I don't even know if you want to call it advertising. So they did a creator competition of sorts where people were allowed to submit videos, and then those videos would be utilized by the official First Descendant channels at Nexon, so on and so forth. And there's a video somebody compiled on Reddit of some of the clips, and the AI definitely is apparent. However, I don't know if I would have realized, this probably is exposing me of how dumb I can be, but I don't know if I wasn't told, and I already knew that these were AI clips going into it, that it would become readily apparent to me, and utilizing these AI generated creator clips as a way to promote your game. And Nexon has responded to this, so, do you want to give them the benefit of the doubt? I think that'll go over, by the individual person, but there's also, I'm sorry I'm laughing at this because this is kind of messed up. They're also getting called out of a tweet that points out the likeness similarity, and some think they used a real creator and AI'd over them. The similarities are pretty ridiculous. Now, Nexon has put out an official response to this. We would like to inform you of certain irregularities identified in the operation of our TikTok Creative Challenge for creators. As a part of our marketing campaign for Season 3 Breakthrough, we recently ran a creative challenge program for TikTok creators, which allows creators to voluntarily submit their content to be used as advertising materials. All submitted videos are verified through TikTok's system to check copyright violations before they are approved as advertising content. However, we have become aware of cases where the circumstances surrounding the production of certain submitted videos appear inappropriate. Thus, we are conducting a thorough joint investigation with TikTok to determine the facts. We sincerely apologize for the delay in providing this notice, as the review is taking longer than expected. Once the verification is complete, we will promptly share an update through an official notice. Now, this isn't causing an immense amount of backlash where it's gone to the point where the game has shifted to a mostly negative reception on Steam. It's actually been in the mixed category for quite a while. And I'm actually curious, as far as the negative reviews coming in, there was a spike in negative reviews on August the 8th, and yeah, there's been a little bit more reviews, negative reviews, I would say, over the course of the last week to 10 days. But trust me, I've seen games get absolutely cooked on Steam. This isn't that big of an instance. Even if you go through the reviews, the recent reviews, oh my god, this person has over 1,000 hours on the game. And the first line of the review is, "Do not waste your time with this game." Okay, well, that's a bummer. Meaningless grind. But one user does bring up the AI ads that slyly try to get you to play their game with fake content creators. Completely flies in the face of us who work hard to bring you honest content for your entertainment. I'm hoping that maybe every now and again I can offer you guys some of that entertainment. And this post did just go out about an hour ago. The users aren't even worried about that. Like, the users that are gonna be paying attention to the community updates for the First Descendant as a game, they're probably more curious about how First Descendant is progressing as a game and wanting content updates as Season 3 is kicking off and so on and so forth. But I think for the overall totality of gaming, this is a very important story to at least be aware about, because now the floodgates have opened, and we already see some of the AI implementation in game development and whatnot, and I think everybody has an opinion. They fall somewhere. I think the technology can be pretty incredible, but how it's utilized, it definitely draws the ire. And I knew as a society we had the potential to get cooked, because 2 years ago, I remember getting something sent to me, and it was by somebody that I personally think is relatively intelligent. Like, I don't think they're the smartest person I've ever met, but I think they're a relatively intelligent individual that got duped into a political video just it based on AI. Literally, it was an AI video, and he sent it to me, and it was this huge news, and I watched the video, and I'm like, oh my god, we are actually cooked, because that's what the video, you know, it was a big political event going on, let's just put it that way. And I watched the video, and I'm like, wait a second, this is AI. But at that very moment, I remember messaging someone else as soon as that happened, and I'm like, dude, I think AI's actually gonna cook us, because so many people are just gonna get duped. And this is a totally different story, but that's the first time, and I vividly recall it, where I was like, whoa there, this AI stuff can get a little bit crazy, and how the implementation goes, and how it's utilized as a vehicle for game promotion, how it's utilized for a vehicle to cut costs for gaming. Because if you don't think major publishers that are publicly traded companies are looking at this AI technology, and the number one thing that they are thinking about is, how can we increase our profit margin? How can we cut costs of game development? How can we cut costs in general? That's ultimately the goal. You want to cut costs as many as possible, and ultimately, what does cutting costs mean? It means somebody is getting the axe. Like, have you guys seen all of the layoffs going on? I don't think it's just because of AI. The Microsofts of the world, the Sonys of the world, even if they can cut costs by utilizing AI, they absolutely will do that. And the story I outlined is more so, you know, in totality of gaming, and really in the totality of life, given that anybody can get duped by this. And this wasn't a guy that was online all the time and is super well versed in AI technology, but he, I would say, is a relatively competent individual, and I would put him average, maybe slightly above average. With the layman's out there, he might even be, dare I say, smarter than your boy. But I realized at that point, okay, if he can get duped by this, anybody can get duped by it. And then I noticed it becoming more and more prevalent. I have another crazy AI related story where an old woman literally got duped into thinking something was real when it wasn't, and it's just like, man, this stuff is crazy to me. And in the gaming realm, obviously, the utilization of AI in creating fake promotional material of content creators, whether they're real people or not, but using their likeness, obviously that's one step far gone. But using AI to generate content creators and having them bug out and use that as a promotional vehicle, being like, oh my god, look at the new, I don't know about that. Actually, I do know about that. That is absolutely ridiculous. You can't be doing that, and that should definitely be axed immediately. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Interested to hear what you guys think. It's gonna be a pretty insane story, I feel. Like, AI's been an insane story over the course of the last year, year and a half, 2 years even, but, you know, the progression and the utilization and the normalcy, and it was always gonna eventually become commonplace that AI was utilized in various aspects, and whether or not Nexon was involved, that's hard to say. I know a lot of people are pressing X to doubt on their statement that they didn't know what was going on, but let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, interested to hear what you guys think. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.